We're officially entering the Etsy kickoff to spring, and this year I've been buckling down on the data more than ever before, all to bring you more frequent trend reports with more monthly searches than what there are competitors. Yes, you heard me right. These are opportunities with huge demand and hardly any products to meet that demand. For those who are new here, my name is Starla Moore, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And part of my job is analyzing real marketplace data, such as what buyers are searching for, how those patterns change seasonally, and where the competition gaps are forming before seller saturation takes place. So today, I'm sharing 15 spring trend opportunities pulled directly from my February Trends Digest, and every single one of these had more searches last month than it had competitors, making them all huge profit opportunities if they fit your niche. First up, we have the keyword cool floor lamps. And this one made me laugh because it's so unhelpfully vague, as in real Etsy shoppers said, no, not a lamp. A cool lamp. But here's the insane part. There were 2,620 searches last month and only 50 competitors. 50! This is the kind of keyword that can build an entire product line or even a great target for vintage sellers. And while the word cool is relatively subjective, you get to define what that means. Novelty shapes, ambient colors, vintage aesthetics, funky textures, cottagecore goth, mid-century modern. Cool could literally mean any of these things, making this one perfect for decor shops in nearly any niche. Next is Japandi coffee table. Japandi? If you've been watching home decor trends at all, you know that Japandi, hopefully I'm saying that right, has been creeping up for a while, but the competition for this keyword is still oddly low. I'm talking 2,700 searches last month and only 317 competitors. If you make furniture or even smaller home goods that pair with this aesthetic, you can ride this wave by utilizing clean lines, warm wood tones, minimal styling, and functional design. And this isn't just a spring trend, it's an evergreen aesthetic shift that we are seeing in most major home design spaces, so definitely don't wait for this one. Every year, it seems that a new trendy animal pops up everywhere, and this year we already are seeing one very unlikely critter taking the stage. The shoebill, as in that absolutely unhinged prehistoric-looking bird with the massive beak. Were these guys featured anywhere, or does anyone know why this is happening? Let me know. Because this keyword has 2,510 searches last month and just 538 competitors. And what I love about this one is that you can apply shoebill designs to POD, stickers, prints, plushies, digital downloads, even vintage. Basically anything. So if you're a POD seller, for example, who needs an easy win trend that isn't already a landfill of identical listings, this may be an interesting trend to adopt. Next, and I love this one for our handmade sellers, the pocket hug. This one is a sneaky little evergreen trend that spikes as gifting spikes, and spring is full of gifting moments. Basically, these are little pocket-sized favors that you give to people that you care about, like a greeting card, but less likely to end up in a drawer. And Pocket Hug has 6,720 searches last month versus 5,716 competitors. And the cool part is you can make these from anything. I've seen them in wood, resin, crocheted, fabric, whatever fits your shop. The keyword itself tells you what the shopper wants emotionally, but you just have to deliver it in your own format. Now for one that's springy, trendy, and that you could start an entire business around if you're planning to start a new shop in 2026. Stained glass window film. This trend is exploding because it hits 3 buyer desires at once: privacy, affordability, and my apartment is depressing and I need some sunshine. And this term had 3,710 searches last month versus only 1,431 competitors. I could see a lot of different niches developing over the next few months based on design styles alone, such as stained glass patterns, florals, cottagecore, gothic cathedral looks, maybe rainbow prisms, you name it. Plus, it's a renter-friendly upgrade, which means that it sells. And while we're talking about spring refreshes, monitor riser stands and monitor stands, which are interchangeable terms, but ultimately both are trending and both mean the same thing. This one is a quiet moneymaker because it's practical, it's giftable, and it keeps showing up in workspace content, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Competition is sitting in the 584 to 904 range, and this one is one of those trends that grows as people reorganize, redecorate, and upgrade their setups going into spring. If you make home office decor, this is a great add-on product, and it pairs beautifully with other low competition desk items like keyboard rests, cable organizers, and accessories. Oh, and speaking of keyboard wrist rests, this keyword had 5,540 searches last month versus 4,033 competitors. And what makes this one special is the niche potential. People aren't just buying a wrist rest, they're buying an item to match their overall desk setup. I've seen resin and glitter, cute little animals, cozy neutrals, marble, leather, wood, crochet covers. The personalization possibilities are endless. Now let's hit one of my favorite kinds of opportunities, a keyword where most competitors are technically in the category, but not actually delivering what the shopper is specifically searching for, which will make ranking in search super easy. Ceramic pendant lights. This keyword has 2,210 searches last month and only 958 competitors. But when I did a quick search on Etsy, not many of the listings were actually ceramic, which means that buyers are searching for a very specific material, and Etsy is showing them a bunch of close enough items. Now, if you work with ceramics or you sell vintage lighting, this is a high demand spring trend with high perceived value and nearly no competitors actually meeting the demand. Now we move into pet trends, and spring is huge for pet spending because people are finally able to get outside again with their critters, which is probably why we're seeing a huge surge for friendship bracelet dog collars. And for this keyword, we've got 2,610 searches last month with just 312 competitors. That is a wild gap. If you're in pet accessories, this is a trend that you can execute fast, or even add in a matching owner bracelet as a bundle. I could see these being extremely profitable, especially if you start planning for upcoming spring and summer holidays like a 4th of July set. Okay, this one screams spring. Ladybug rings are trending right now, and this is one that will very likely stick around until summer as well. Ladybug rings saw 4,640 searches last month versus just 767 competitors. And you can go literal ladybugs, or you can do subtle abstract interpretations like gemstone ladybugs, enamel, resin, polymer clay, vintage. There are so few items listed for this term that standing out will be super easy right now. Now, thinking ahead for Father's Day, I was able to find guitar pick holders. This one is at 5,720 searches last month with just 1,610 competitors. And this one is great for birthdays, anniversaries, and of course Father's Day. A quick search shows creators making these from wood, resin, leather, and 3D printed. So don't be afraid to experiment with your own ideas. And if you want something that's going to keep building into summer, yoga mat bags are in high demand. The term had 2,480 searches last month versus 1,426 competitors. So if you sew, crochet, embroider, or even do vinyl personalization, this is a functional item with huge potential as weather warms up. And you can niche this down by style, like boho, minimalist, sporty, or even cottagecore. Now, one that made my vintage-loving heart happy, but will also be great for 3D printers and woodworkers, record dividers. And guys, this niche is nearly untapped. 2,360 searches last month versus only 163 competitors. And record culture is currently more popular than ever right now, especially with younger shoppers. These can be acrylic, wood, laser engraved, minimalist, colorful, novelty shapes. And they're perfect add-ons for vintage shops, gift shops, music lovers, Father's Day shoppers. Again, this is an evergreen trend that I don't think will be leaving us anytime soon. Every time I create a trends video, I'm flooded with comments from people that say, but what about digital items? And I'll be honest, guys, I don't usually see trends with searches that outrank competitors in the digital space. It's just too easy and too saturated, so trends fill up really fast. But I was able to find something for you this month. So consider this a lot of trends with infinite possibilities, especially if you style them for different niches and interests. Single month calendars. Not the keyword itself, but the actual month, then 2026 calendar. And I'm gonna assume that these single month calendars are having a moment because people want something printable, clean, and immediately usable. Guys, this is basically free real estate for digital sellers who move really fast. And again, you can niche these down by style, like minimal, gothic, floral, retro, teachers, ADHD friendly, family schedule versions, the list goes on. Just focus on single months at a time and get them listed well in advance. Before the final trend, I do want to remind you guys that there are only so many trends that I can fit into a video without this turning into a full-length documentary, especially since I edit my own content, and this video alone will probably take around 8 hours as it is. So if you want even more trends with more searches than there are competitors, my February Trends Digest includes 70 high opportunity keywords across multiple niches, all backed by real search data, competition gaps, and buyer behavior. And I release a new digest every single month on my Patreon. This is the only place in the world where you can access lists like these because no other YouTubers are crazy enough to spend 12 consecutive hours researching trends like a lunatic. Hi, it's me. And guys, I only charge $5 a month for these with my Trend Tracker Patreon tier. I'll have a link up here and down below, so if you're a seller who's tired of throwing spaghetti at the wall, I'm here to help make the process of finding trends a little less painful. Okay, I have one last trend for you, and again, most of the items listed for this one aren't even the thing that people are searching for, which will make ranking for this keyword nearly effortless. Officiant binders, guys. These are nearly untapped. This keyword saw 2,340 searches last month versus only 119 competitors. And guys, wedding season is literally right around the corner. People are coming to Etsy to find these binders and they aren't finding any because no one is listing them. These are all notebooks, not binders. And if you really wanted to expand outward, you could even add printable binder pages, personalized covers, vow script templates, ceremony outline inserts, checklists. And you can theme them by wedding theme or color, like modern, minimalist, rustic, boho, gothic, floral and spring, beach weddings. It's a whole product ecosystem. I just gave you a whole business idea. Go make this stuff. Remember, success on Etsy isn't about chasing what's already hot. Your competitors are already taking care of those trends. It's about recognizing what's about to scale based on real data and real competition gaps, and then executing it in a way that actually fits your shop, your customer, and your capacity. Guys, I hate to bring on the bad news, but spring is slower on Etsy, and making generic Happy Easter t-shirts in an already saturated marketplace probably isn't gonna cut it. There's just too much already listed, which is exactly why right now is the best time to build on some of these new trends early. Let your listings index and claim these pockets before everyone else notices them. Until next time, Pookie.